over time, I was shocked, absolutely shocked to see that evidence already existed for quantum processes in the brain. I was entirely unfamiliar with the field of quantum biology. And lo and behold, in the last basically 2 to 3 years, especially since the Calra study in 2023, everything had changed. And in that moment, I was like, holy cow, like, wait a second. This could be something here. And after a little bit of time here, things really started falling into place. I'm like, holy cow, wait a second. This makes sense. There's a lot here that could be plausible. At that point, it was still just like plausible. But the switching mechanism idea, there was a lot of research on that front that went all the way from the top down default mode network all the way down to microtubules. We need to talk. And in that meeting, he was like clarifying the idea and the research. And he was like, okay, so this is the idea is that the ego is the switch between system 1 and system 2. The system 1 is quantum, system 2 is classical, and that it physically resembles the exact same process of decoherence, a process of decoherence similar to what may be happening in the double-slit experiment. And I was like, yep, that's it. And so Jack was like, okay, well, I have a bunch of papers here that support this. He had already been, in the time between the email and our meeting, he had already, brought together a bunch of papers, and he sent me them all. And then I spent, hours and hours and hours going through all of them, putting them all together. And lo and behold, we had a book. And that was the beginning of it all. And so Jack was like, okay, I think this can be a book. Like, let's talk with Springer and see if we can, turn this into a book. And then from there, that was really the exploration. And then it was all about finding more sources, diving into the evidence. And I mean, I was unfamiliar with so much of this research that's really where the book, came into form.